Okay. This is another work with the PLA. This time, I'm gonna let my friend Lexie say hello. This horse doesn't know much about humans. Lexie's pretty good with the horse, but she's lacking some experience. The shoulder is a good place to approach. Reach your hand out and see if you can get her interested in your hand like you would with the flag. Now, you're in a pretty bad spot right there, aren't you?
Yeah.
So you want to move one way or the other so that the horse's attention comes around its hip one way or another, but it's not sitting there and defend itself against the wolves mode. One thing you don't want to do is you don't want to walk between that feeder and that horse when that horse is curved to the right, because that right hind foot's closer to you that way. So you might want to come around this side. Don't be afraid or nervous, and don't treat it like it's worried. But if you can get it to stick its head over here. Now, Lexie, a horse can only think of one thing at a time, huh?
Yeah.
When it moved its face towards you, it's thinking about you. How cool is that? Well, that's a starter. Walk straight up to the corner and pay attention to what that horse is doing. It's driving away from you. There, it came back. All right, we're going to reach our hand out and we're going to try to gently and slowly walk up to that right shoulder. There, now back up and drop your hand. The horse's attention came to you, and that's what, now you got to walk. You want to stay away from those hindquarters. There you go. Now when it looks at you, I want you to drop your, okay, come back over here now and get safe. Remember, they can only think of one thing at a time. There's the attention. Now relax. Now take one step, just one. Now reach your hand out. Drop your hand and back that step up. That horse just found out that when it looks at you, you're going to take the pressure off. Take another step forward. It's holding its ground. Drop your hand, take another step forward, raise your hand. Now drop your hand and back up. Now, about 2 seconds is long enough to reward her. So walk up there, stick your hand out. You just don't want to walk up far enough to cause her to move away from you. Does that make sense? Right there, she moved away, but you got this other side now. Now drop your hand. She looked at you. 2 seconds. Now raise your hand. See if she'll look at you again. Now drop your hand. Now go one step closer. Always watching the hind end and the curvature or the shape of the horse. Okay, now we're going to try something there. Now drop your hand and back up. Now we're going to try something that every instructor will tell you to never do. I want you to, now the horse is looking at you, isn't it? I want you to take one step towards its hindquarters and see if you can pet its right hip. Now stop. When it looks at you, I want you to stop and give it a little ground. Now you're looking at the hip. I want you to scratch the hip. You gotta make sure you know where the horse is looking. See how it's curved away from you? When the face goes away from you, it changes the curve, and the curve is away from you. When the curve is away from you, that's when you're gonna get kicked. You're gonna get kicked pretty damn hard. Right there. Now don't get greedy. This horse has never been around any other humans except for me and the people at Horse and Halo and you. Now take your left hand. That's how quick it can happen. Now it's looking at you. You start walking one step at a time, and you're headed towards petting the hip. If you walk towards the hip, the head will stay bent towards you, won't it? If the head is bent towards you, the hindquarters will go away from you. Don't use two hands. Two hands will drive this horse. Now you don't have to creep up like you're going to eat it for lunch. Take a step, count 2, and take another step. Count 2. When you stop to count, drop your hand. Now raise your hand. And walk towards that hindquarters and keep it bent towards you. Don't go in there to crowd its face. You have to trust that this horse is looking at you already, and if it's looking at you, it's like it's got a lead rope, invisible rope around its neck. That will cause the hindquarters to go away from you when it's looking at you. Okay, you got to get its attention. How are you going to do that? Don't make any, you don't have to make any noise. There. Now just walk up to that horse's shoulder and touch it. A different green light. There you go. Reach out gently. Reach out gently. Now back up. It allowed you to touch it. Now get its attention again. So how are you going to get its attention? You're going to walk one side or the other. If you go to, come on, you can do it. There's lots of room. If it's looking at you, now when it does that, you need to walk to that corner there. Now stop. Every time that this horse looks at you, I want you to stop and give it a break. Working with these kind of horses, you have got to have your wits about you. Because if you walk up to that face too strong or too fast, now you got to walk. What you'll do is you'll scare that horse's shoulder away, and its hindquarters will be right in front of you and it'll kick you in the belly. Now, see if you can get his attention. Now walk a step. Always kind of going around with the horse. Now just walk sideways, straight to it. Don't get in front of it. Don't get behind it. Walk to the rib cage. All right. You see how it backed up to you? You got to be aware. A little bit different, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There. When they're looking at you, this is when you can take the pressure off. When they're looking away is when you're walking up there to get their attention. Now you're off. It's like riding, isn't it?
Yeah.
If they're looking where you want them to, you quit pulling, don't you? When it looks at you, you can pretend like you have an invisible rope around their neck, and you can back up and pretend like you're pulling them. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
There, that was perfect. He bent his head, and while she was bending her head, you pulled her. She was thinking that way. Get her attention. Now watch that head as it's coming. Pull her, pull her, pull her, pull her, pull her, pull her, pull her. Yes! There's your invisible rope. Now you lost it, huh?
Yeah.
You go rope her again. Now pull her. See your head come further? Now relax. Your hand down. Now walk up to her and get her attention again. And as she's coming to you, pull her. See how much you pulled her that time? See that? That's the connection.
Okay.
That's the her giving you all of her attention. Now pull her. You're late. You see how when your horse looked the way you wanted it to, you kept your hand up there and you kept pulling her? Yeah. Now walk up there. Extend your hand. Pull her. Yeah. But you need to use your body also. So walk up there. You were late, huh?
Yeah.
You want to do it while she's moving towards you. There. There. Now walk up to her shoulder. Don't be staring at her eyes and her face when you're walking to her shoulder. You walk to her shoulder. You can see the horse's body when you're doing that. You don't have to stare at their head. There's a step. Now you back up and you be really quiet. That was outstanding. What did she do that time that was different?
She walked towards me this time.
She gave you her body, not just her mind.
Yeah.
You got to get the mind to get to the body. So you've been practicing when she looks at you backing off. This time she says, hey, I can give you more than that. Now walk up to her shoulder. Now pull her. Try to stay in time with her thoughts. Now look at her shoulder and just walk up to her shoulder. Now this time if she's looking away, take 2 steps. Now back up and pull her. Now make there. Now make sure you're looking at her shoulder. Right where her withers and her back come together. That's where I want you walking to. Find a balance spot that doesn't push her forward and it doesn't push her backwards. Get in time with your arm and your body so that the further away you are, the lower your arm is. You're pulling her with an invisible rope. Look at the withers. Now I want you to get 1 step closer next time. I want you to be, all I want you to do is have the goal of having her hold her ground while you walk up to the point of her withers there. Now you know she can do that, so ask for a little more. How are you going to ask for a little more? By taking 1 step further to her withers. There's 1, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. 2, right there. Now back up all the way and drop your arm. That left front foot took a step towards you. I saw it. Okay, focus on that withers again. Walk to the withers at the angle so you're not pushing her face away or you're not pushing her hip away. Find the balance. To the withers. Now while she's right there, I want you to walk to the withers. Another step, another step, another step, another step, another step. Step right there, just stand there. Another step. Easy. Now her shoulder moved away from you. That moved her hindquarters closer to you, didn't it?
Yeah.
Take a one step to your left. Right there. Now you get to start over. A step towards her withers. Reach out to her withers. Do it again. Doesn't take long for 2 seconds to go. Now look at those withers. I want you a little bit closer this time. Close enough that you're closer, but far enough away. Keep going. Far enough away that you're not pushing her away. You don't want her shoulders to move away from you, but you want to keep getting closer. Find that place. Find that place. What do? You go to your left and you repeat and you start over. There you go. Look at that withers. What are you doing? You step backwards and you step to your right. That will get you kicked. Okay? You're looking at the withers. She's looking. Drop your hand. Now this time, just walk up to her, but don't stick your hand out. Go to the withers. You should have went to your left.
Yeah.
You can't go to your right because the right side of her body is her kicks, her legs, her back legs. You have to find the balance spot. This is different, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right there, she took a step so you could come to my corner. She offered you the side that she never ever offers. She is thinking. Right there, just be good. Reach out gently. There, that's enough. Drop your hand. Remember, a horse can only think of one thing at a time. Now this, her weaving and dodging and twitching, that could be a sign that she's getting bothered. But she doesn't get to dictate. In order for us to help her get better, we have to prove to her that there's no reason for her to get bothered. It looks like we're getting some of that doctoring done on her face, huh?
Yeah.
Very good. There she's licking and chewing. She had to swallow a little bit. Give her the time to do that. Now ask again. Don't go with your arm first. Step your body up there a step. There you go. As you're walking, you incorporate your arm. Just like when you're riding. See right there, here's what happened. You were fine until you got to that spot where she felt the need to leave. What you want to do is practice your feel, timing, and balance so you can get to that point but not exceed it. Okay? I think you, there, that's nice. That's nice. Notice that she stepped towards you and stopped. That's the connection starting.
Okay.
Now I'm going to have you step out. I want to have you continue filming.
Okay.
And I'm going to step in. Okay. I'm going to find this balance point. There. Back here is pressure here. Up there is pressure there. If I can find the balance point, I don't like her walking around here backwards. There. I'm going to take a step sideways. You see me? Just a step. My body and my arm is hooked together. I'm going to walk this way because that hindquarters is going that way. I'm going to go like this and see if I can get her to stop there. Go like this. This is more pressure on this hindquarters. Now this is what I was talking about. Everybody will tell you not to do it. When she's looking at me, I will pet her. Now if she swings her hindquarters into me, she'll push me away as long as I don't break contact. There, she's holding her ground. This is, remember, one of those cookie spots right there. Now I got my hand here. I haven't broke contact yet. If it gets too wild, I will walk to her face to protect myself. She got too big and too violent. And you have to read that. If she's looking at me, the curve of her body's like this. I can touch her here and stay relatively safe. My goal is to scratch her withers. If I can get her to look my way, there's pressure on her hindquarters. Always watching her. When she looks at me, now this curve is backwards, that's dangerous. There. 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 She's still curved this way. Working with these kind of horses is different. There's the withers. I want to get her to stop and look at me. Pressure on the hindquarters. Pressure on the hindquarters. Just looking. Looking good. I want her to come there, right there. She's checking out what I'm doing. See that bend in her body? That's good. I'm going to walk here. Can I put enough pressure on her to cause her brain to come to me, but leave her shoulder where it is? I have to find that spot. She's looking. There's the withers. There's my protection. What little I have is right there. My hand on her hip. Now she's getting bothered again. You can tell that by her shaking her head. So I'm going to get her to stand still and look at me. I want pressure on her butt. I want her to quit being on autopilot, trying to back into me. Easy. She's looking at me, but the curve is really slight. I could get her to look at me when I did this, we'll call this work done. I usually work with her 2 or 3 times a day. Right there. But I want her to look this way, not that way. That's the bad shape. There's the good shape. Take my hand out here, this one. Right there. I'm going to call that dead. You see a difference? If you didn't see a difference, I'm not doing too much. You can turn that off.